Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wimbledon Spiritualist Church and our 100th birthday. Congratulations to our church. I think Phil knows this. She's never worked with children, I believe, and animals. No, you've been brilliant what you've done this morning. Just a couple of things before we actually start the service proper. Most of you will know we have a member of the church called Jim Blythe, and he's not been well. He was moved into a new home on Wednesday, but they then noticed he was unwell and he was rushed into hospital early hours of Thursday, and he's now got a pneumonia on top of a chest infection, plus he's got a kidney and urine infection. So bless him, he's going through it. But I have to say, he looks better than when I saw him on Tuesday, because he looked well. Right, Leslie and I rushed up to go and see him, and we spent about half an hour, I think, there, and the nursing staff was very supportive. But we think he recognised us, but we said some prayers, but we actually see colour coming back into his face during the prayer session and bits and pieces. So that's that. I'd also like to personally thank, this is a bit nepotism on my part, but thank Jackie for all the hard work she's put into these historical events. Julie, Dawn, and my Ashley, the work they've put into these events has been incredible. And I haven't finished, Kev. If anyone's got a chance who's not been to the church before, in our sanctuary, we've got a lovely painting which our Dawn, one of our ministers, painted for the church. It's special and it's wonderful. It's going back up there on the wall in the new year. But that's our founder, Richard Arthur Bush, fellow of the Chemical Society, who brought the land the church is on, paid for the building, then paid for the furniture, and then paid for the upkeep out of his own pocket. And I think that's fantastic. And he dedicated this church to the glory of God and the honour of the pioneers, which is up in our stained glass window. So it's fantastic. We've got a wonderful history here of progressive spiritualism, but standing for the rights of people to have their own interpretation. And as the old SNU principles used to say, we offer liberty of interpretation to each and every member. So friends, I'd like to welcome to our platform this morning Phil Shaw, who will be our medium. And it's extremely special being here today. I'm very aware of old members of the church from my days of my youth and my beginnings here. I first entered Wimbledon Spiritualist Church September, I think, 1970, and I was 11. And I've been coming ever since, on and off. And I think Ashley and Ethan and the rest of the grandkids are going to beat me on that. But I've got great happy memories here with Dad, Mum, and so many other people, which I'll mention later. So I've got a reading to start the service with, and then afterwards Phil will do the opening prayer. It's a reading from Zodiac. He's a spirit guide of the Greater World Christian Spiritualist Association, and Mr. Bush had some financial input with this organisation, and Zodiac gave his first ever London address here at Wimbledon. Our path is this: a practical religion, not a religion that is talking, but a religion that is giving, a recognition of the plight of our fellow beings in sending out to those far from us the healing power which they need, holding up the torch of truth, holding out the helping hand, making with joy the full surrender, because we know that only with the full surrender can that essential power of the Spirit be drawn into us and give us the strength to go forward. Pentecost shall be repeated again and again, and the great revival of the power of the Spirit has been promised by Jesus, and the days of Pentecost shall be repeated again and again, and the light above the heads of the disciples shall be seen by mortal eyes. And in that time, scoffers and doubters will disappear. and they will know the truth of the Spirit. Thus, the Christ mission will be taken to those places and planes of life which are hideous to behold. And the Christ mission shall spread all over this little earth of ours. And those who call themselves spiritualists shall be acclaimed as servants of the Master, borrowing from him his power, his love, and his great gift of strength, light, and healing. God means and God intends that each of you shall be a miniature aspect of him. But alas, this time is going to take time. But Jesus, who lives in us and around us and with us, shall always be with us. And his love has always been demonstrated to all who seek it. So mote it be. Phil, would you like to open our meeting with prayer?
Thank you very much, Ray. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. Could you please join me in prayer? Great Spirit, Father, Mother God, we ask for your blessing on this service, and that through the intercession of our spiritual guides, inspirers, and loved ones, we may move into a greater understanding of our soul purpose and fulfill our potential. We ask, please, for healing to be given to our planet, those who are unwell in mind, body, and spirit, victims of war, the marginalized, lonely, bereaved, the animal kingdom, and all sentient beings. Make us strong in heart and mind to face the challenges we meet on our path of enlightenment, knowing that Spirit are with us every step of the way to guide and support our development and aspiration, and in so doing, make an even stronger connection to our inner note of truth and love. Thank you to Ray, Jackie, Ashley, Rachel, and members of Wimbledon Spiritualist Church who contribute to the welfare of this sanctuary of peace, learning, inspiration, and regeneration. Amen.
Friends, we now have the healing moment. And at the end of it, if I've left anybody off, please call their name out. And it's important part of our mission here at Wimbledon Spiritualist Church to send out healing to all those who we know within our hearts and our minds, and those names deeply inscribed into our heart. Colette, Marjorie, Judy, Diane, Anne Hopkins, June Malkin, Lee Oswald, Jenny Carol Burgess, Nicola, Thomas Lean. That was my grandkids running in. Jim, Wendy, Simon, Jean, Amber. I'm not going to pronounce this one right, am I, Phil? Sava? Xavier, Neil, Jeff, Malcolm and family, Richard, family of Ken the Best, Kev the Best, Ruby, Fabrice, Emily Rose, Alex, Fiona, Harvey the dog, John C., Joe, Les, and Jill. We ask a blessing upon all those names, and those names deeply inscribed in our hearts and our minds, and that the manifestation of the Spirit heal them of mind, body, and spirit, and they be not alone at any time in their lives, that the angels of healing enfold them in their wings. So mote it be. Amen. Can we now say the Serenity Prayer? God grant me the serenity to detect the things I cannot change, profess to read and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you, friends. Right, ladies and gentlemen, there's a different format today, but I wonder if you could put your hands together and welcome Phil to demonstrate his gift of reading. He's reading first and then his messages. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you again, everybody. And I'd like to preface my mediumship demonstration with a beautiful poem that was given to me by a dear friend of mine, Kate, who is here with us today. The title of the poem is Snowdrop, written by John Armstrong. Fearless, fragile, and wondrous winter flower, lonely lantern bearer in the darkest hour, bold witness to the bitter, icy blast, trembling in defiance, you remain steadfast, bravely breaching the frozen crystal crust. The truth to tell propels your thrust, a pendulous pearl on cold winter's ear, whispering in prophecies of change and cheer. A pious sister, head bowed in prayer, renewing your vows each start of year, slender in habit green and wimple white. Your mission to bring forth hope and light. In sorry orchards, now denuded and forlorn, amongst tilted tombstones, all weather worn. From clustered cells, you spread your word to the winter weary and those despaired. The intemperate tyrant is in retreat. Stretching days will long night defeat. Your faith a spur to the flagging heart. As trust appears, dark doubts depart. The sun scales higher the leaden sky. The smothered earth once more does sigh. Your three-petaled bell, the changes ring. Beyond the bleak horizon comes jutting spring. Thank you, everybody. And now I will proceed with my demonstration of mediumship, if that's okay with you.
Yes, I was just going to say, anyone who addresses you, please answer clearly yes or no. And if you don't understand something, please also say, Bill, I know will do his best. He's a fine exponent for the teachings and mediumship of spiritualism.
Right, what I would just like to say to everybody before I start is that my guide Chung works very, very closely with me now when I'm doing evidential mediumship as well as when I'm demonstrating in trance. So after I have given the message from my spirit communicator to whoever I'm drawn to, then Chung may come in at the end of that particular message to give a very, very brief demonstration of life path guidance. So we'll proceed as and when Chung feels that that is appropriate.
I know what I'm doing. Oh, trust me. Been doing this for over 50 years.
Right. Thank you, thank you. Can I come to the lady here in the mustard-coloured coat, please? I'm sorry, my dear, I forgot your name. What's your name? Carol. Thank you, Carol. I have Mother here in spirit for you. All right, because she comes very closely to you at this time, Carol, saying that she needs to envelop you in warmth and in security, because she's very aware of the fact that you have been trying very hard to move things along, she describes it. And you're finding that quite difficult at the moment because there are one or two people in the family circle that are causing some form of impediment to that movement. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Yes, good, thank you. She also talks very briefly about her passing into spirit, where she would have had a lot of disturbance around her head area here and dizzy or fainting spells here. But she said when she did make the transition into spirit, it was very quick and very easy. And she met your dear dad as soon as she arrived in spirit, all right? Yes. She's also talking about her past and her childhood growing up in countrified areas. You understand?
No, not that.
When she was very, very young.
When she was very young.
When she was very young, because she said it wasn't for long because she moved from the countrified areas into a more built-up community. Yeah. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Yes, good. All right. She also talks about having to be quite physical as she was growing older in years in terms of the work that she was doing and the energy that that took from her. physically speaking, all right? So she said she was very relieved when she got to a point in her life, much later in life, where she was able to sit and take things more easily. She brings through a very, very poignant memory of, again, going back to her earlier years when she would either have worked in a community that was very self-sufficient and that made a lot of their own clothes, that ate a lot, they made a lot of their own food. You understand?
Yes.
Yes. And she's laughing because she shows me a picture of milking a cow because she's using one of her hands to pull the udder of the cow. Do you understand? Yes, good. Thank you very much. She also talks about her love of refinery and the way that she would have worn jewellery very, very, she calls it sparingly. So she wouldn't have worn a lot of it, but she liked very, very neat pendants. She also says that you have some form of wrist bracelet, yes, that would have belonged to her. And she thanks you very much for keeping that. She says that recently you took a book from the bookshelf, which you hadn't read for many, many years, and you've started looking at it again and absorbing the contents of that book. Do you understand? Yes, good, good. All right. She talks about also another memory of eating sherbet lemons. Yes? Yes, I can see you're smiling, so that means something to you. And she said, only take one at a time, dear, only take one at a time, because you would dip into the bag and want to put 3 or 4 sherbet lemons in your mouth all at once. Do you understand?
I understand.
Yes. She also talks about a memory of flying a kite, all right, because she said the kite got very, very high and you were afraid that you wouldn't be able to retrieve the kite. Do you understand?
Yes. I
Yes,
understand.
good. All right. So, yes, she brings a lot of love. To come back to the beginning of the message, when she said she has got you in her arms. She's taking you into her arms. And she said, by the way, that medicine that you were taking that you stopped taking, it might be advisable to review that and have it or use it again. Do you understand that?
I do.
Yes, all right. She says, don't worry about the stomach irritation because that will settle when the diet settles because you're on some kind of new regime for your diet. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, good. All right. And as I speak to you now, Chang, come through here. And I say to you, dear one, that when you were 3-4 years ago, you were taking bigger steps towards your future because you had a lot of ideas that you wanted to put down in material form. And in this way, you gave yourself a lot more confidence to start asking people about various ways in which you could be of help to them. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes, good. And in that way, you are one that becomes very empowered through your desire to improve the conditions of people around you. Because when you improve the conditions around you, you bring with it this sense of joy, and you have the joy to be able to heal the other people. You understand?
Do.
Yes. And you were with one particular individual recently, a young woman who was in need of the healing to pacify her spirit because she was very agitated. You understand? Yes, good. And in this way, you increase your capacity to be able to heal. And I want to also give you the healing for your back and your spine here, because it is very stiff in the lower portion here. So we give you that, and I say thank you for listening to my words. Yes, good?
Thank you.
So we're going to come now. June, I'd like to come to you, please. And thank you. June, have your uncle in spirit here.
Oh.
All right.
Thank you.
Because he says that this buoyancy that he had throughout his life until he got to the point where he was unable to be or put on a brave face, as much as he tried, it was very difficult for him to put on a brave face and pretend that everything was all right when it actually wasn't, all right? And he also talks about the fact that when he passed, he was able to reunite with one of his best friends, one of his best male friends from much younger years, who he would have served with and who also was a great support to your uncle throughout his life. Do you understand? He's calling the name of Jim from Spirit.
Okay.
All right, Jim.
I don't know the person.
All
but
right,
yeah.
okay. Well, he says he's met with Jim, and I don't know whether your uncle used to play checkers or because he's showing me a board on a table where he would have it was rather like rather like chess, but it wasn't chess as such. But it was a sort of a game where you would put pieces on a board.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand that?
But not me personally, probably something he did in the old
It's something
days.
he did, not something that you did, something he did. Okay, because he's just talking generally about his love of working things out
Yeah.
and gaming and having a puzzle that he could unravel in his own mind. Because he said personally, he said, I felt that my own life was a bit of a puzzle and I could never quite get to grips with really what I was supposed to be doing. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. He also talks about when you were much younger and your relationship with him, when he would explain illustrations to you, either from a book or you would ask him questions about why is this the way it is? And then he would try to give you the best explanation of what that represented. All right?
Yeah.
Yes. He's also saying that he's showing me the figure of a lion's head. And he was saying some people used to think that I was a little bit stronger and more competitive than I actually was. But he said I used to put on that front just to give myself personal backup and personal approval, because he said he worked very hard through his life to try to gain approval that he didn't get in the way that he felt he deserved when he was much younger. Do you understand?
Yes, that makes a lot of
Yes,
sense.
all right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. He also shows me himself putting on a very smart shirt, a jacket, and doing his tie in the mirror. And he said everything had to be exactly right.
Yeah.
The tie had to be straight, the right length, everything. He couldn't go out looking slapdash.
No.
Okay. He's also quoting me the hymn, "Fight the good fight with all thy might. Christ is thy strength and Christ thy light."
Okay.
Yes, because that's a hymn that represents a lot of what he experienced throughout his life.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. He also talks about the fact that I want to go back 2 years in Earth time here, because he said at that point you had started to make decisions about where you wanted to go, what you wanted to do with your particular sensitivity and your psychic and mediumistic ability. He
Okay.
takes me specifically back to 2 years, all right?
Okay.
Yes. And he says that now you are starting again to review how far you got and again where you want to move, where you want to go from here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He also talks about meeting your grandmother, your mother's mother in the spirit world. And he also refers to meeting Alice in spirit as well. All right?
No, I don't know Alice.
Alice. He talks about Alice, a friend. Yes?
Okay.
Okay. Also, he talks of the time in May. He talks about this May of this year,
Yeah.
when you wanted to push something or move something along and it wouldn't go as fast as you wanted it to go. And that was May this year. And Dave may remember that. But he does talk about May, and he says, you've overcome that and things are moving a lot faster now.
Okay.
The wheels have been oiled. Those are his words. And things are moving, because you really felt stuck around February, March, between February and May time.
We had a lot going on at home. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
to do with
So
that.
he's confirming that is,
Yeah.
moving well now. All right, so Chang come through here now. And Chang speak to you, and I say to you, my dear, that when you have put yourself in the place of contemplation, when you are able to take time to yourself to be reflective, you're very sensitive to the spirit, and particularly the angelic forces that move around you in ways that are now for you quite unexpected. But you nevertheless are drawn to the paintings of various artists. And when you look in your books and you see the illustrations and the way in which these artists, particularly the Renaissance painters, have moved and worked with their tools and with their brushes and with their materials, you are very impressed to want to either speak your words for the spirit or you want to draw something for yourself. Yes, you understand?
Yes, I understand.
It's good, it's good. And also that you want to be able to exercise your voice more, to be able to tell people what you are thinking, because you're always very polite lady, but sometimes it's necessary to speak your mind and not to hold back. You understand?
Yes, I
Yes, and you
understand.
were doing this last week with one particular lady who was very insistent about the way in which a particular manner of place was appropriate, and you said no, that you felt that it was appropriate to do something completely different.
Yes, I understand.
You understand? It's good.
Yes, I do.
So I come there to say that to you, and also you are wanting now to be able to bring about a change in your life, which will not only be of benefit to you and your partner, husband here, but also for your daughter, because she is one that has thought about the change of her work. Yes, you understand?
Yes, I
Yes.
understand.
And she is good now because she is more restful in herself. She has more peace of mind, and she is able to bring that peace of mind into the family surroundings here, which give you great more satisfaction. You understand?
Yes, I do.
Yes, good. So I
you.
leave you and say thank you for
Thank you.
being able to work with me.
Thank you.
Mumtaz, I'd like to come to you, please. Good. Excuse me. I have your mum here, and she just wants to. She wants to, metaphorically speaking, put a crown on your head, because she said you've reached a point now of recognition. You're able to, she says, recognize yourself and value yourself in a way that has hitherto been very difficult for you to do. And in that way, oh yes, okay. So your mother had a brother living, yes?
Yes.
Yes, because the uncle in spirit, yes? She wants to bring your uncle forward, because she says he doesn't often have an opportunity to speak to you.
Okay.
And he would like now to come and to say greetings to you.
Okay.
Yes, all right. Because it seems as if before he passed to spirit, he had some condition which affected his skin. And there were either little eruptions of skin on his body where the skin became very inflamed. I don't know whether you can.
I don't
He's
know.
giving me this as evidence. But he also says that his eyesight became quite poorly as well. You do remember?
Oh, I think this is a friend who we called uncle. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
a friend that was referred to as uncle.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, your mum's bringing this friend that
Yeah,
refers
yeah.
to himself as uncle. Can you therefore place the skin problem and also the eyesight?
Yes, the eyesight definitely.
Yes, okay. Because he said he was a gentleman that during his earth life, he wanted to understand more about what made people tick. He wanted to understand more about the world, different cultures.
Yes.
And he said he respects the fact and is very interested in the fact that you have branched out in terms of your vision.
Yeah.
And that you are allowing the impetus of the spirit to move you now in such a way that you had unconsciously resisted
Yes.
before this time.
Yes.
All right. So he's very, very pleased. And this is why your mum has brought him, because she said he wanted just to confirm on this. All right.
Thank you.
Your mum says that recently you have been thinking of either making something homemade in the kitchen, and she shows me a sort of like a pie or a crust of some kind, like a
Yeah.
pastry crust.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's a typical Indian dish. It's not apple pie or anything
No.
as simple as that.
Yeah.
And she says, go ahead and do it,
Okay.
because now is a time of experimentation for you.
Okay.
And that's good. But she does place this crown on your head, and she says, I am crowning you
Thank
the
you.
queen of your own evolution, as she
Thank
puts
you.
it.
Thank you.
All
It's
right?
wonderful.
Okay. And she puts her hands on her hips like that because she said it's time you stood up to one particular person
Okay.
who has been trying to play everything their way.
Yeah.
And she said it's time you played it your way.
Okay.
You
Yes.
don't, you know who I'm referring to?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. And she said, you can do it tactfully. You
Yeah.
don't have to be, go in there with all guns blazing. But she says she likes the fact that you, oh, right. She said you had placed one single flower in a vase.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
In memory of her.
Yeah.
Yes. And she loved that because she says it's a beautiful smell.
Yes.
I can't actually see the flower, but she refers to the flower being put in this one single flower vase.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And I don't know why I have to mention Rupert the bear, but she laughs and she says you will know what she means
Yeah.
by Rupert the bear.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Yes, and Chan come through now,
Yeah.
because I want to tell you, my dear, that when you were recently opening your book and you were writing the symbols in your book,
Yes.
you are much more aware now of your spirit teachers and your spirit guides
Yes.
being able to give you the symbols that are relevant to your progression
Yes,
here. You
yeah,
understand?
yes.
Yes. Don't want you to, little sideline here, don't want you to worry too much about the teeth here,
Okay.
because you've been having trouble at the back on this side, have you not? Yes?
Not
No?
much, no.
Because
No.
there seem to be little, how do you call it, the word here, is inflammation sometimes.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
Is good? No, it's not good, but you know what I mean. Yes? Yes. So, we come to say that you will enlarge on these symbol patterns here because they all form a picture for you inside. You are starting to get the ideas of pictures in
Yes.
your mind.
Yeah.
And this is the way that your Egyptian guide, particularly, he wants to work with you in this way.
Yes.
And he says also, which you have been having in your dream state, that you are starting to fly.
Yeah,
Yes, you're
yes.
flying across the landscape here, and you're able to look down,
Yes.
and you're able to, yes, I will. You are able to understand why the planet is the way it is at the moment, and why so many people are at odds with each other. And your teachings and your spiritual reflection will bring about a new understanding of the way in which you can facilitate the healing on a much more global level. Yes?
Okay, yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes, good. So I will leave you there and say that the next time of September, next year of your Earth time,
Yes.
will be a time for you of the metaphorical graduation. So you will graduate to the next level of your understanding,
That's great.
and you will also be doing the more healing. Yes?
Okay.
It's
Okay,
good.
yes,
So
that's very good. Thank you.
I leave you. See.
Thank you.
Good. It's good. Yes. Now, where do I want to come? Petra, please. Hello, Petra. How are you? Good, good, good. Yes. A very strong feeling of your dad here. All right. Because he comes up to stand by the side of you. And here he shows me himself probably about 20, 30 years before his passing, when he was quite a broad man here, quite
Yes.
strong. He also talks about the fact that he wanted to walk.
Yes.
He seemed to love walking, so whether he went on long treks everywhere, I don't know. But anyway, he says how important it is for the exercise.
Yes.
All right. He says you've also started pulling yourself up again, and you've started to do things that a few months ago you felt, oh, what the hell?
Literally just.
Yeah. So he's very pleased about that as well. He's also talking about his hair slightly receded, did it not? When as he got older, because he's talking about that. He's talking about the picture. He's mentioning picture framing to me. So whether or not you've been doing some picture framing, or whether he did picture framing, moving things around and putting different photos into different frames.
Yes, and someone put one up for me this week.
Right,
on the
okay,
wall.
because he's been watching that, he's been noting that as well. He said he wants you to drink more, and particularly water, drink more water. He said not the hard stuff, just the water, and nothing with it, just neat water. Because he said, I have to tell you that your diet has been kind of all over the place. Yeah. So that's something that you need to really watch. He's also talking about you starting to read again more philosophical books,
Yes.
and particularly writings of spirit guides.
I was looking at one yesterday.
Yeah. Well, he's mentioning silver birch. He's mentioning white eagle. And he also recommends obviously I'm very biased here, mentioning Chan, who was the spirit guide of my teacher, Ivy Northich.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you afterwards about the particular book that Chan wrote. Okay, right. What is he telling me now? He's saying that, yes, he takes me back to a memory of you many, many years ago when you were on a merry-go-round at a fair.
Yes.
Because he said you just didn't want to get off, did you?
No.
No.
He was on it too.
Yeah, you could stay on it forever and ever. But he said this is also metaphorical because you have this propensity in life to want to stay on the merry-go-round. and keep going round and round without getting off and dealing with what needs to be dealt with.
Yeah.
And he said avoidance isn't the key anymore.
No,
It's
no.
action. Actions speak louder than words, he
Yeah.
says. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Charlie. He talks about meeting Charlie in spirit.
Yeah, there is a Charlie. Yeah.
Yes. He also talks about meeting Frank in spirit.
Yes.
Yes. And he also talks about your mum's in spirit as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Because he also talks about the fact that when she was living, she would talk 90 to the dozen. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Dad. Yeah.
And he said, you wouldn't believe how much she's slowed down now in talking.
Yeah.
Because he says she's come into a greater understanding of herself, which was quite difficult for her to do when she was here, because all the time she felt that her duty was to others rather than sorting herself out.
Totally right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So he's very, very pleased that he's been able to help her, and the fact that she's also been assisted by those in the spirit world that are accomplished in being able to deal with that
Yeah.
kind of temperament. All right. You've been quite concerned about a friend's daughter who hasn't been very, very well, a young girl.
Only to go on nanny for, not necessarily a friend.
Okay. Well, it's the child of somebody that you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And in some way you've said words or given words to the mother
Yeah.
that have been helpful.
Okay. Good.
Because your dad's saying that this is one of the ways that you are able to help people in a healing capacity.
Yeah.
For you, it isn't so much the traditional hands-on healing, it's about what you say, your words, and the impact that they have. All right?
Yeah.
You used to know when you were living in a location where you aren't anymore, but previously you were living in a location where there was an elderly lady either living closely to you or further down the street who became quite immobile and who had very great difficulty in walking. All right.
Yeah.
And she also had one of her legs bandaged quite a lot.
Okay.
I think we're talking about the left leg here, bandaged.
I've got two in mind. That's the
Right.
problem.
Well, this particular lady had lost her, or not lost, but her husband had preceded her into the spirit world.
Yeah.
So it's that lady I'm referring to.
Oh, well, I found something she gave me last week.
So-
I found something that she gave me
Oh, good.
last week. and-
Right. Because
put
she
it
just
back on.
wants to send her love and her thanks for
Yeah.
everything you did. And she saw you recently also opening a birthday card, an old birthday card that had been given to you. And the words on this particular card really were very poignant to read.
I'm not sure about that, Phil.
Think about that.
Okay.
All right, because it was a birthday card. You're
Yeah.
not particularly prone to looking at old birthday cards, but for some reason you were turning things out and suddenly there was this card.
Right.
It could either have been that or a postcard. I'm not absolutely certain whether it was
Okay.
but the words on it were very,
Oh, it was a little card, but that was for my mum,
right.
and that's got words on it.
And that had significance, did it?
Yeah.
And that was about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Marjorie. Your mum's also saying she's met Marjorie in spirit.
Not sure. who that is.
Marjorie.
No.
Okay. Well, there's this lady she wanted you to know she met.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm doing my tree, so I might be able to.
Okay. And yes, John come here to talk to you. And I say to your friend that my media referred to the fact that you are on merry-go-round quite often, but he say correct. But you need to also, you need to see the bigger picture. You need to look at the scenery as you are moving along your journey of life here. You're very much self-absorbed person, yes? And you need and want, because it refreshes your spirit and refreshes your soul, to be able to watch the scenery passing by, yes? Because there is much, and you're thinking that you like to go travel more now, yes?
Yes.
Yes. And to learn the language here, yes? New language for, yes. Because you are also, you're very keen to go some places where not so warm, aren't you? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Because your guide tell me here that when you see the picture of the iceberg and the Eskimo people here, that you get very attracted to these surroundings, yes?
Yes.
Yes, very unusual to be wanting to be cold. But nevertheless, this is for you, my friend, and you enjoy this place. Yes, you're very aware also in your psychic ability of the nun here, the novice nun. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because she has come in past time to be able to pacify your spirit and to also be able to work with you in the mediumistic capacity. Yes. So she's still here and she's encouraging you to come forward and to do your healing work and to speak with the people whenever you can. Yes? Yes. It's good. And I say this to you, and I say also that when it comes to the next year here of your earth time, you will also feel the need to bring about a change of surroundings, and that you will want to bring two friends in particular that you have not seen or contacted for some time into your personal circle of friendship again, because they have been separate from you and you like to reunite with these particular individuals. You understand?
Yes.
Yes, good. So I say thank you, and it's a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you.
How are we doing? Okay. Well, thank you very much, everybody. I'm sorry I haven't been able to get to all of you, but God bless you and thank you for being here.
Well, would Terry go around with the would go around the congregation? Yeah, go around the congregation and collect the offertory for this morning. Thank you. And I think, Phil, you've got a few notices to read out for the end of this year's. Yeah.
Right, changing hats now, friends. So forthcoming events. The church will be closed from December the 18th to January the 10th. Our guest medium for the divine service on Sunday, January the 11th at 11 a.m. is Leslie Moulton. Please note, Wimbledon Spiritualist Church services for each week can be viewed on the link which is featured on our Facebook and website pages. The healing clinic for members of the community and animals is every Tuesday from 7 until 8:15 p.m. and Thursday from 10 a.m. until 12 noon. Please note the last healing clinic for 2026 is this coming Tuesday, the 16th of December. Restart dates in 2026 are Thursdays from January the 8th and Tuesdays from the 13th of January. You will be greeted by our healer practitioners in a safe and welcoming atmosphere, and free will donations apply. New events for winter 2026 include our Friendship Club every Wednesday from 11:30 a.m. until 2 p.m. at Wimbledon. Jackie Robinson will be hosting this week's last Friendship Club on December the 17th. The admission is £4, which includes refreshments. Please also note Dawn Collinson's Thursday Open Circle has now finished for this year and will restart in March 2026. Open Platform with myself, Phil Shaw, returns in February 2026, and full details will be posted on the Wimbledon website and Facebook pages. Forthcoming events, advance notice, new year, new plan. Join Pink Sarah and Trudy at Wimbledon Spiritualist Church for a vision board workshop on Saturday, 31st of January 2026. It's the perfect opportunity to pause, reflect, and set your intentions for the year ahead. Focus on your dreams, goals, and aspirations, and create a vision board to bring them to life. The workshop runs from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. The cost is £35. All supplies are provided, so just bring your lunch and an open mind. And this is at Wimbledon Spiritualist Church on Saturday, 31st of January 2026. Advance booking is essential to ensure minimum numbers for the event to go ahead, and you can purchase tickets via Eventbrite or pay by bank transfer, PayPal, or cash at the church. And an advance booking link is on our Facebook pages and website. That concludes the notices. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you very much indeed. So, my dear friends, first and foremost, I'd like to ask the Robinson and Davis family to come in and stand up for a moment, please. And the grandkids. Oh, okay, that's fine. Right. Jackie obviously tidying up, but I'd like to thank you, Rachel, Sean, Jack, Ashley, Claire, Oscar, Noah, and Ethan, and especially my darling Jackie, for all the effort and work you put into this church, and especially supporting me during my illnesses, my eyesight, and recently my gallbladder. I can't thank you enough for what you do. And I know that if I suddenly pass into the Great Spirit, I'm leaving you a big headache. God bless you all and thank you. On this now you know what I'm really thinking. On this blessed occasion, we gather in the spirit of Christmas. We also celebrate the remarkable milestone of 100 years of Wimbledon Spiritualist Church. This season of light and love reminds us the eternal presence of Spirit, guiding and uplifting us through every generation. Honouring our founder, Richard Arthur Bush, Fellow of the Chemical Society. And there's the great man that founded this church. His work was not simply the founding of this church, but planting the seed of truth and fellowship that has flourished for a century. Today's legacy continues to inspire us. He also gives thanks to those who've carried the work of the church to this present day. With heartfelt appreciation, I acknowledge all our past presidents, former committee members and chairperson, also including our pastoral team here at Wimbledon Church. But as I said, I'd like to a big thank you for Jackie for running the Wednesday Friendship Club with Mary, Leslie Moulton, who's led the healing training classes, June Frost, who leads Thursday Healing, Dawn Collinson, who does so much as well as her open platform work, Mary Dixie, Julie Caswell for all the work you've done, Ivan Ree for doing readings here at the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, Ashley Robinson for the work he does here, and Phil Shaw for the work that you do here. Including those who have helped and assisted at the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church with cleaning, our spiritual healers, and all the Tuesday evening and Wednesday, Thursday and Sunday mornings. All our visiting mediums that have served this church through the year and through the 100 years. So many more individuals that have given their time and energy. Your dedication ensures that the spirit of service remains strong within these walls. I'd also like to mention, though Sarah's not been here for some time, I'd like to thank Sarah Goggins, who supported the church for a long time, and also great helper to this church for the cleaning kitchen, along with other people that have helped with the cleaning. On a personal note, if I may, I'd like to pay tribute to my family for their support, and to two dear friends from my youth and my continued presence here at Wimbledon Church, Jill Ross and Jane Jupp, who have been confidants and friends for so many years now. I hate to think how long, but they've been people I can rely on and trust when I need them. So it's with great joy I announce the formation and reforming of the Richard Arthur Bush Lyceum for young and old. From the new year, each circle, class, group will be run under this banner, affirming our commitment to learning and fellowship and the guidance of the Spirit. Posters soon will be displayed, inviting all to share in this new chapter of our identity. As a progressive church, we welcome the dawn of 2026 with hearts open to the light and love. We will be doing Sunday evenings once a month, separate to Ivan and Ashley's monthly meetings. We walk forward with the teachings of the guides, holding firmly the aims and objects of Wimbledon Spiritualist Church, and remind ourselves of our enduring motto, not what we can get, it's what we can give. May this Christmas bring peace to every heart. May this new year be a renewal and inspiration, and may the Wimbledon Spiritualist Church continue to shine as a beacon of truth. I can remember over 50 years ago gathering in a circle with people, Bill Murray, my dad, Peter Stark, Bob Bassett, and so many more, and talking that one day who will be leading the church at the time of 100th celebration. Well, that has now fallen upon me and my family, and I do my best to shine the beacon of truth, guided always by love, service, and the eternal presence of Spirit. I would like to finish with these words. God knows, and I said to the man who stood at the gate of the year, give me light, that I may tread safely into the unknown. And he replied, go out into the darkness and put your hand into the hand of God. That shall be you, better than light, safer. You will have a known way. So they went forth, finding the hand of God, trod gladly into the night. And he led them forward to the hills, breaking the day, and in the lone east. But as you know, the sun rises in east, or opening live in the day. So your heart shall be still, and you will see the truth of the light and the life. Our human life is to know if God has plans for us. And I can assure you he has plans for us. When the sweeter features of this stern face of this world comes to us, we stand firm in our understanding of continuing life, of teachings by guides and many more friends. God's thoughts around his creatures may be our mind, and may this church continue to help those in need. We've collected once again for Crisis at Christmas. So those who have given today in the offertory, that money will be going to Crisis at Christmas. And more importantly, I'd like to finish with some words of Richard Arthur Bush and the Roman soldier. This is Christmas Eve, 1923. And the speaker is Dr. Maurice Renton. I want to give you a Christmas reading. Pray that the Master will come amongst you during this period of time. That is why I love the Spirit. It never leaves you alone. And Dr. Renton said, you have done wisely to act on our advice. May I add that you do not return the mission other than to a church. And for another month, you will be stronger and fitter to face what lies before you. This is addressed to Mr. Bush. And let us trust each and other person upon this earth will guide you and strengthen you. And Richard Bush said, I want to give myself to the Master's service. I don't want to be put on the shelf anymore. And the Spirit said to him in prayer, keep me, O Father, true to my resolve. Make me strong in all my ways. Let me never deny my trust in the all good. Wake in me more kindness of heart and do what I am inspired to do. Amen. And Mary Adams, one of the other circle guides, said, let me congregate you upon what you have done this day. Your health needs improvement, and it will be improved. Take away from us all that God is with you now and forevermore. We need to understand that the manifestation of Spirit happens in so many ways. I've been accused recently, right in my face, of being a bar humbug. And I can't deny that to a fashion. But I'm a bar humbug because I see Christmas more than just celebrating, having a bite to eat. It's something sacred to me. I'm not saying it's not sacred to anybody else in this room, but it's sacred to me. I'm also mindful of the people in my life that have returned to Spirit. My parents, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles. But I'm also very mindful of young Shirley Monaco Brown, as I used to call her, all three of her. How she touched my life. We were friends for over 40 years. I've got pictures of me holding young Lauren there in my arms, balancing a bottle under my chin, feeding her, while Harley, her mum, said, I forgot it was feeding time. But we got through it and we did that. And the manifestation of the Spirit has been upon us. Christmas will be a sad time in the Monaco home because they will miss their mum, their nan, and their wife. But she has not gone. I know Vic has said recently how quiet she's been, but she has not gone. And I know that because she woke me up this morning at 3 o'clock. And she did apologise and said, I've got to get used to the time up here. And she said how much she loved you all, loved her family especially, and she's not gone. She truly has not gone. She is there. Even with the one that don't follow our faith, I'm there. Never doubt in the manifestation of the Spirit in your life. If you suddenly feel alone and lost, that is when the Spirit is closer than ever before. It's like that footprints prayer. It's where the Spirit carries you through the mire of your darkness and your negativity. There is nothing but the beauty of light in this world. There is nothing but the beauty of God in this world. There's some horrible things happening in this world. But if I can coin Dr. Martin Luther King, I have been to the mountaintop. I have seen the promised land, and I have seen what there awaits us all, uniquely, our own rebirth into the light, our own redawning into what is great and wonderful in this world. One day I shall be gone, but I shall return. But until then, you must be strong in your beliefs, in your understanding, as I trust in you as my friends and family. And as Zodiac promises in his teaching in that Christ mission, sometimes you will find an amount of tests to test you, to prove who you are. Take those tests and move forward. May you be blessed with God in your life and the power and manifestation of the Spirit. And may God always bless you and keep you safe. Unto God's gracious care, protection, I commit you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And may the Lord be your peace. And may the manifestation of your guides and loved ones come amongst you, remain with you, and strengthen you in your times of need. And may the light of the Spirit shine bright as you move forward. Amen. God bless you all, seen and unseen. Amen. I promised Jackie 12 o'clock and I'm 5 minutes late. Hey ho. Dawn, please.
That's not my place to say, but I'm sure I speak for everybody here and everybody that into this church that has been welcomed so graciously. But if we are all the bricks in this church, then Ray, you are truly the mortar that holds us all together, and we are truly grateful for everything you have ever done for this church. And thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you. You got hit a lot last night. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Phil for the clairvoyance this morning and his mediumship. I thank you all for attending, and may you find that light and countenance of the Spirit in your life. Enjoy the reception outside and enjoy the rest of 2025, but be with us for 2026, where we're doing some new and exciting things. God bless you all. Bye-bye, friends.